Shalom, Brother Kwam. You doing your exercise, Brother Kwam? I hit the gym yesterday. My arms are so sore. Some of the other brothers and sisters chime in. Sister Judy, shalom. Sister Zahara, shalom. Hey. Oh, shalom, Sister Crystal. Hope everybody is doing well. Kings and Queens Coaching Group, shalom to you. It's good to be in the land of the living so that we can say all praises to the Most High one more time. To be able to serve Him and to serve our brothers and sisters. Sister Judy, yes, sir. You know, and it's so good to be thankful, to the Most High. With this government shutdown, I see people who, they're crying. It's their last check. But if the Lord allowed you to still be able to work in this captivity, especially us, because we know we captives, and you're able to still pay your bills, you have a roof over your head, He's put food on your table, you still got clothes on your back and shoes on your feet, you ought to be able to tell Him thank you. Because some of the people in their own nations here, these heathens, can't even do that. They're being put out on the streets. And you know what you call this here, what the Most High doing for us in this captivity? He's showing us love. Because that's what love does. And I'm so, so thankful for that. Just give it another minute or two, family, before we get started in this lesson. I'm so thankful. And the sad thing is with, the government shut down and people, going to be laid off and all this chaos that's here, that the winter is soon approaching. And we know it gets really cold in some states more than others. And what them people gonna do? Shalom, Sister Salika, Sister Bernadette. What those people gonna do? They gonna lay out there in the cold. They gonna be hungry. Some of them got kids. Yeah, Sister Shakita, unfortunately, yep, it's that shutdown. And then, I'm looking at too where this ICE situation. They've been here in Florida too, just clearing them out, y'all. Been going to the taco stands, food trucks, wait on them and just taking them out. And you know, but you notice where they had to come get them from? The Israelite community, because that's where they placed them. They always place them uh or doing something where you are. Ooh, Quam, you said it's gonna be 38. Oh my goodness. Now we supposed to be in the 60s this weekend coming. But ICE is in the hood because guess why? That's where the government put them. Amongst you, Israel. But I got to tell you, Israelites, seeing all this with the ICE, you know what? Who they really want to do that to? They wanted to do it to Israel. So you're just getting a preview of what's to come. We just getting a sneak preview. Because you got the Latinos saying, hey, ain't these black people immigrants? No, baby, we didn't come here willingly. We came here shackled and bound on slave ships. We are captives. And this Pharaoh will never let us go. That's why Jesus is going to come. And he's going to make Pharaoh let us go. All right, family. We're going to go ahead and go to Proverbs chapter 7, where we left off at, and I'm going to pick up with verse 1. It says, my son, keep my words and lay my commandments with thee. And why is he saying that, family? Because of this evil woman. Because remember, he's still dealing with this woman, which are these other nations. She is whorish and she has a good talk game. But Israel, they see commandments. So, see, it said commandments. What you going to do with that? We'll show you. Verse 2. Keep my commandments and live, and my law as the apple of thine eye. Oh, see, we got you right there, Sister Keziah. He said, keep my commandments and live, and my law as the apple of thine eye. Well, let's go to Romans 13 and 10. And see what it says. It says, love worketh no ill to his neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law. See, this is that law that he's telling you to keep as the apple of your eye, to lay that love up with you, to bind them upon your fingers, to keep them where? In your mind. This is what we have to do. It's telling you about love. And you write them in your mind. Verse 4 says, say unto wisdom, thou art my sister, and call understanding what? Thy kinswoman. If you ever needed a woman, this is the woman that you need. And one thing I understand about a woman, as a woman, we know another woman. And this woman here called wisdom, we want to keep her as what? Your sister. Call her your sister. Because you know why? Your sister going to have your back. She's going to expose that other woman. Because you know what? Your sister, your kinswoman, has your best interests in heart. Not these other nations. And this is why he said you better call her that understanding your kinswoman. Because what? We supposed to be able to what? Trust our kin. Those other nations are not your relatives. Hey, family, is not God our relative? Yes or no? Are we kin to the Most High? I want to know. That's right, Sister Bernadette. That answer, Quam Bernadette, is yes. That's why he calls us what? The children of Israel. And if he calls us his children, and just like this kinswoman here um, is understanding and wisdom, which is his mindset, then why don't we trust his mind? Why don't we trust his word? Because this wisdom and understanding is simply the mind of God. Verse 5, it says that they who? Wisdom and understanding. That's the they that he's speaking of. May keep thee from the strange woman, from the stranger which flattereth with her words. You see this? I like this wisdom and understanding because together they are a protective force against that woman, against those nations. No matter how much she try to flatter you with those insincere compliments and praises and gifts, my wisdom and understanding, it takes me and protects my mind over all that. I don't get caught up in what they try to present me. And you know why I don't need to go to another nation? Because I got you all to love me. When I need love, I can go to Sister Bernadette. I can go to Brother Quan, Brother James, Sister Judy, Zahara, Shakitha. I can go to you all and get that love, to get those kind words. I don't have to go to another nation to get insincere compliments. Verse 6, it says, for at the window of my house, I looked through my casement. In other words, he's looking out the window and he saw for himself. And you know what? These eyes right here, he is telling you this is what I saw while looking. And you know what makes you look when you are in your house or out of your house? Love. Because I'm looking out to make sure ain't nobody trying to get Brother Quam or Brother Bobby or Brother James, Judy, or none of y'all. Because why? I got that wisdom and understanding. And I'm guarding it. That law of love, like the apple of my eye. I'm not going to let you come poke it out. I'm not going to let you blind me to what I see. Verse 7, it says, and he said, I looked through my casement and beheld among the simple ones. I discerned among the youths a young man void of what? Understanding. He said those simple ones, I saw them, they was young, those that were what? Easily deceived. Void, just empty, do not have any understanding. And this is what we still seeing today amongst our people. Simple ones, just void, being deceived. They don't have any understanding of God's mind. And I don't know about you all, but when you're out and about and when you see our, and I'm talking physically now, we see our young men with other nations or our young women's with other nations, your discernment tells you, I already know this is trouble. Because why? We have experience being older with those nations. We know them. We know how it's going to end up for you. And we know the tactics. We know the flattery that they try to use to draw you in. But at the end of the day, we know how it's going to end. Verse 8, passing through the street near her corner, he went the way to her house in the twilight, in the evening, in the black and dark night. But here we go, chasing other nations. You went to the street near her corner. You went her way. He went after her way in the twilight, the evening, the black and dark night. But guess what? No matter how you try to hide it or when you try to do it in the dark, God sees you. He knows especially where your heart is. He see you chasing these other nations. Verse 10, and behold, there met him a woman with the attire of an harlot and subtle of heart, just like that woman, y'all, in Revelation that was arrayed in purple and scarlet. She was decked down with gold and precious stones and pearls. But this woman is a whore, full of abominations and filthiness. Yes, they wear business suits, robes, uniforms, skirt sets, high heels. And they wear all those things, but they are an abominable nation. But there you go. But her heart is subtle. And who was subtle, y'all? Was not Satan. That's what he was in the garden to Eve. Verse 11. She is what? Loud and stubborn. Her feet abide not in her house. She is loud. See, and one thing we see that these other nations like to boast. They like to talk. They boast in their greatness, in their military. And guess what? Israel loves it. And it talks about this nation here. She is stubborn. Go ahead, y'all, and try to tell these other nations that we are God's chosen people, that God is black, that we are the people of the book. We are the children of Israel. We not just some dumb Negroes. And guess what? They don't want to hear it. They're not going to move from their square. They don't want you to tell them what to do and who you are. No, they don't want to hear that. They're going to say, we ain't do nothing to you. It says, now is she without, now in the streets, and lieth in wait at every corner. It says that what? So her feet abide not in her house. She is now without, her feet abide not in her house. Are not these folks always in Israel's business, worrying about these so-called black people? What they doing down there? What they getting? They not content unless they come and bother our communities, unless they come and bother our families. They don't abide in their own house. They worried about what you got going on in your house. Why? So they can know how to destroy it. Keep you Negroes from waking up. Verse 12. Now is she without, now in the streets, and lieth in wait at every corner. So now that she's out there in the streets, ain't we integrated now? I can come to you now. We the same. That's right, Brother Quan. What that got to do with us? Nothing. He wasn't our cousin. But see, now we integrated. Verse 13. So she caught him and kissed him, and with an impudent face said unto him, I have peace offerings with me. This day I have paid my vows. Oh, so she caught him and kissed him. That Judas kiss, I like to call it, that kiss of betrayal. Impudent, y'all. And you know what that means? That she is bold with it. Not shame in what they do to you. Because you know why? They know that there's no love in your own communities. They know that you want to be with them. They know that you're going to believe them over your own. And talking about I got peace offerings and paid my vows. See, these nations, they love to act religious. They want to act like they serve our God. To what? Deceive Israel. But Israel only have I known. Now let's go to Psalms 28 and 3. It says, draw me not away with the wicked and with the workers of iniquity, which speak peace to their neighbors, but mischief is in their hearts. See, they have mischief in their hearts. These people speak peace to their own people and don't keep it. They always going to war with one another. So what you think they feel about you, slave? They want you back in the field picking cotton. They want you on the plantation cooking and cleaning, babysitting their children. That's what they want for you. Verse 15. It says, therefore came I forth to meet thee, diligently to seek thy face, and I have found thee. Boy, when you diligently seeking someone, boy, you up on it. You about your business trying to get to them. But you know why they doing it diligently? Because the quicker I can get to you, the quicker I can destroy you. And once I'm done destroying you, I can destroy the rest of your brothers and sisters. Verse 16 says, I have decked my bed with coverings of tapestry, with carved works, with fine linen of Egypt. And I have perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. Take your mind straight to the bedroom, letting you know that my bed is ready. I'll take you as take me as your bride. Come and lay with me. Even perfume the bed. Why? Why they perfume that bed, y'all? Because there's a stench of them abominations there that they don't want you to smell. So they try to cover it up. But those of us with discernment, we can sniff out the rat. 18 says, come, let us take our fill of love until what? The morning. Now, mind you, they started at night. Down here, when she find him, now it's what? Morning. So it's a different day now. until the morning. Let us solace ourselves with loves. But is it love, y'all? Is it? I don't think it is. Let me see what Proverbs 26, verse 6 and 24 told us to keep thee from what? The evil woman. From the flattery of the tongue of what? The strange woman. Lust not after her beauty in thine heart, neither let her take thee with what? Her eyelids. For by the means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulterers will hunt for the precious life. So is this really love? Solace ourselves with loves. I got to get it to her. She understand how to draw you. She said loves, didn't her? Because that's what you're looking for. And you're not going to get it in these other nations. Your love has to come from one another. Verse 19 says, for the good man is not at home. He is gone on a long journey. She's saying, you still waiting on your God? You waiting on Christ to return? Last y'all heard from him when he was taken up and received in the cloud in the sight of them disciples. So you just keep on waiting. Verse 20 says, he have taken a bag of money with him and will come home at the appointed day. Let's go to Revelations 22 and verse 13, 12 and 13. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward, that bag of money that she speaks of, see, she know, she been reading your book, that his reward is with me to give what every man according to his what? His work shall be. He says, I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. See, they understand that. They don't want you to become gods. Verse 21 says, with her much fair speech, she calls him to what? Yield. With the flattering of her lips, she forced him. But did Joseph yield to Potiphar's wife? No. Because you know what Joseph understood? He understood love. I'm not going to do that to another man. This ain't my wife. I don't belong to you. Go with your husband that you married. Because Joseph understood and loved his God. Verse 22. It says, he goeth after her, what? Straightway, as an ox goeth to the slaughter, or as a fool to the correction stocks. So my question is, what going after these other nations has gotten Israel? What is it? What has it gotten you? I could tell you what it's gotten you. It's gotten you separated from your God, separated and hating your own people. But Israel loves to run to them, not considering the danger. Do you know what's going to happen in this slaughter or these correction stocks? You're finna be put to death because you don't consider the danger, the dire consequences of not believing your God. But Israel is a lot like Samson. When they with other nations, you can't tell them nothing. But once these nations have weakened you and put your eyes out, then what happens, Sister Keziah? Once you can't see, you separated from your people. You living in a gated community now. You got you a Becky or you a Brad. You done forsaken the Most High now. But what happens once them eyes out? Verse 23, till a dart strike through his liver, as a bird hasteneth to the snare, and knoweth not that is for his what? His life. That dart hit that liver, you gonna what basically what he telling you, you gonna go out dying like a blind animal. Like that bird that was just rushing to the trap because you weak for the heathen, for their customs, their attire, and their teachings. But while you still marching, still complaining, asking for justice, you still asking for reparations because you're going to them to look for that love. Love doesn't have you marching and complaining and asking for justice to treat me right or asking you for reparations that you deserve. But you're steady going over there because you're looking for love. Verse 25, it says, let not thine heart decline to what? Her ways. Go not astray in what? Her paths. It says, did I go? It says, excuse me, y'all, I missed that one. It says, hearken unto me now. Therefore, oh, you what? Children. Children who? Would he be talking to what? The children of Israel? And he says, attend to the words of my mouth. So he's telling you to listen, to take heed to his words. That's what he's telling you, oh, you children. But I just thought he was talking in this situation between this man and this woman. Yes, Israel and these other nations. He says in 25, let not thine heart decline to her paths. Go not astray. What? Go decline from her ways. Go not astray. What? In her paths. He telling you, don't be drawn to that lifestyle of these other nations. Chasing the bag. It's all about me. I can do what I want to do. Greed, selfishness, all of those things there. Let me see something, y'all. Something just came to my mind. Now, don't we know that this lady in Revelation has a cup full of abominations? And we read in chapter 6 where those 6 things that the Lord hated, 7 were abominations. The proud look, lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood. This is what is in that cup. And you want to drink that? You want to participate in that? Something that God hates? Okay. And he says, do not go astray in her paths. Why? Because they will lead you into what? Danger. And you're going to be in what? That deception. You're going to be in a deceptive way. Because that's the way that they operate, in deceit. Tell you what you want to hear. These people will give you gifts. And the next day when you walk in on your job, you got a pink slip that they done knew about for weeks. But like Samson, you got to put my eyes out first before I can believe God, before I can believe my sisters and brothers. Verse 26, it says, "For she have cast down many wounded, yea, many strong men have been slain by her." Don't we have countless of kings that tried it and found out and were slain for following that evil way? It says her house is the way to what hell, going down to what the chambers of death. See that right there, some serious business. Let me read. Let me see where I want to see. We got to stop trusting these other nations, y'all. Y'all better look and see what's going on out there on those streets, man. It's a preview of what they want to do to you. But it says her house is the way to what hell, and going down to what the chambers of death. And I'm going to read Revelations chapter 20 and verse 12. And it says, "And I saw the dead, small and great, what stand before God, and the books were open. And another book opened, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books, according to their what? Works." Let's go look at them. According to what works? Galatians 5. And it tells you, now the works of the flesh are manifest. They were judged according to their what? Works. Fornication, adultery, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, sedition, heresies, envyings, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and such like, of which I tell you before, as I have told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of God. But there's another book that's open, it's going to give you life. Now, what works do you produce to get this? For the fruit of the Spirit is what? Love. So these them works: joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. All right, family, that is all that I have for Proverbs chapter 7. And I hope you all got some understanding in Jesus' name. And as always, long live the King of Israel.